I'm Jordan with Jordan Plays Blue, and I'm here to talk about an upcoming game called Mixtape. Now, Mixtape is a game that takes you back to the 80s when you are listening to the radio and recording songs for your crush on cassette tapes and writing love notes on them and giving them to your crush. Now, I didn't necessarily live in that. I was born in the 80s, but I didn't necessarily remember the 80s. But back in the 90s, when I was growing up, the late 90s in particular, we had a number of, I guess early 2000s probably, we had a number of illegal computer programs that we would use to download songs, not off the radio, but in similar ways. We had Napster, LimeWire, Kazaa. If you remember Kazaa, we would download these songs, and then we would make a mix CD, which I believe is comparable to a mixtape, if you will. And I made all sorts of mix CDs for my girlfriend at the time. And I would make mix CDs about, like, these are songs with names in the names in the titles, or these are songs about this, or these are songs that feel like spring. And I don't know. I tried to find. They worked. I mean, I ended up marrying her, so it's probably because of the quality of the mix CDs. But I tried to find the CDs before I made this video, and I can't find them. So maybe they weren't really worth it, but I think I still won in the end. So I'm gonna take that as a win. But with that all being said, let's take a look at Mixtape. It is 2 to 4 players, plays in about a half hour, which seems right. Very quick little card game about drafting cards, adding them to your mixtape, and seeing who scores the most points. Let's see what's in the box. All right, so we got Mixtape here. Comes in this nice little slide box. Rulebook is nice and succinct. Covers everything that you really need. The symbols will be on a player aid in the final production, I have been told. The core of the game is going to be these 3 decks of cards, blue, green, and pink. These correspond with the different songs that you will be recording off the radio. These are like secret objective cards. These are your crush cards. They're going to tell you what your crush is interested in, the types of songs they want, the genres of songs they want, and how many points you'll score based off of the love notes that you can write for them, which is a kind of an action you can take throughout the game. And then on here, it's also going to tell you how often this symbol is going to show up in each of the different colored decks of cards. Everybody also receives one of these fader boards. This is going to allow you to upgrade different actions as you're playing. This purple track is just giving you points. This blue track is going to allow you to draw more cards as the game goes on. This one allows you to pay for with fewer cards as the game goes on, and this one increases your hand limit. And then as you reach these different checkpoints, you will also gain points. So the game's going to revolve around these song cards. Each song card has the same kind of stuff on it. We got the cost of the card. Each card is going to cost other cards from your hand. So in order for me to play this card, it's going to cost me 2 other cards from my hand, so I could discard those 2 cards to play this one. It has a base score. This card is worth 1 point, and it gives me an additional 1 point if a blue card is placed next to it, because this side is blue, this side is also blue, and this side is green. So each of those is going to kind of show you what the backup bonus point card is. This is going to give you the name of the song. They're usually funny puns on, actual songs, like Big Mime Sensuality by Bork instead of Bjork, so, little things like that. This is going to be the genre. I believe this one is hip hop. This one is, I don't remember what that one is, electronic maybe. There's rock, pop, things like that. There's usually a kind of topic of the song over here. This is kind of an artsy song. This is a love song. This one does not have a specific topic. And then down here is what the card does. So this is going to be its play action that's done whenever you're playing your songs back. This one plays draw a card. This one is write a love note. And then this one gives you an immediate effect whenever you record the song with this record button. And this one allows you to swap the position of 2 songs on your mixtape, which thematically, I'm not totally sure how you would do that on a cassette tape, but we'll suspend reality for this one. All right, so how do you play? First thing you do on your turn is discard down to your hand limit. Your hand limit is going to be dictated down here on your fader board, we all start with a hand limit of 5. Around here, I have 4 cards. I don't have to do that. We always start with a secret objective, our crush. My crush here is Alex. Alex really likes songs about toys, or maybe letters, blocks, whatever that symbol is. I could look in the rule book, but let's say she likes songs about toys. And then she also really likes it when a blues song is going to be near an electronic song. Why? I don't know. She seems like that kind of girl. So, and then down here is the number of notes. So if I have at the end of the game 6 notes, love notes tucked in here, I would score 4 points, and so on that little table. So I'm going to stick that off to the side. These other ones are not going to be used. So there we go. Alex. On your turn, you discard down to your hand side. That's the first thing you do. Then you get to take one action, and there's 3 different options here. First option is to listen to the radio. To listen to the radio, you're going to draw cards equal to where you are on this track. So you start off by being able to draw 2 cards, and I will just draw 2 cards from the tops of the discard piles or from up here. Let's say I will take a green card and I'll take this pink card. All right, there we go. And that would be the end of my turn. On my next turn, of course, I have to discard down to my hand size, so I'll discard a different pink one down to here. Now, another action you can take on your turn is to record a song off the radio. In order to record a song off the radio, you look at the cost up here. And let's say I want to record, what do we got here? I don't have anything with blocks. And I want to try to find something that's maybe bluesy or electronic, and of course I don't have any of those in my hand, so I'm just going to record a song that's going to maybe do some fun stuff, and I'm going to go with this one. It's only going to cost me 1. I'm going to place it down here, and I'm going to discard this one there for its cost. It does not have a button here, a record button for an immediate thing, and I just place it on this side because I'm starting to build the A side here. I'm going to want to put a pink card here in order to score the bonus points, but that is another thing I can do on my turn. Then the last thing you can do on your turn, I will show you in a flip. Okay, so one of the other things you can do on your turn is to listen back to your mixtape. So your mixtape is going to have these play buttons along the bottom, and for this I'm going to flip it over to the B side, so future turns I will be building on the B side down here, with this little playback button here. And I'm going to then go across here and listen to each of my songs and do their actions. So this one would be play a love note. To play a love note, I take a card from my hand and tuck it underneath my crush card. Here I get to draw a card and then also play a love note. This one is draw 3 cards. And then this one is going to be draw a card per empty slot on that side. And I have 1 empty slot because each side of my mixtape can hold 5 songs. Something else I neglected to mention is that on your fader board, you're going to move these up each time that you play a card of that color. So if this is what my mixtape looks like right now, I would have 2 spaces up on the pink track and 2 spaces up on the blue track. Gameplay is going to continue until one player has completed both sides of their mixtape with 5 songs each. Then you're going to tally up your score. All right, at the end of the game, I'm going to tally up my score based off of the points on these cards with the adjacent colors next to them. So this pink is worth 2 points plus 1 because it's next to a pink. So this is, so I'll just keep doing that across here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, don't get that one, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and no bonus point there. So I would get 15 points for this state over here. I would get points for the number of notes under here. I have 6 cards under here, so that would be whatever that is, plus 4. And then I'm going to count up how many songs I have with this symbol. I was only able to find 1, I believe, so that would be 3 points. And then I get 3 points for each pair of these genres next to each other. So that's a pair as well. And also the points that are on your faders, and tally up their points, and most points wins. And there you have it. That is Mixtape from Talon Strike Studios. This is a very small card game, drafting cards, adding them out to your those two rows of cards, almost a tableau of sorts, and you are trying to get them in the right positions. You have to be very mindful of the symbols on the cards. There's a bunch of different symbols. You have to make sure that they are matching your crush's symbols as best you can, so you can maximize on those points. You need the positions of those cards to be next to certain colors of other songs. Lots of positioning, lots of thoughtfulness and thinkiness has to go into the drafting of the cards, playing the cards, or using the same cards that you're playing in front of you as the payment for other cards. And so there's a lot to kind of grok and kind of really wrap your mind around. But this one is definitely worth checking out if you're into the theme, because it really does evoke that kind of neon 80s theme. I just hear, like, you know, Manic Monday and Video Killed the Radio Star all day while playing this, and it's a lot of fun. So check it out. Mixtape, Talent Strike Studios. I'm Jordan.